Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Kelplayz Space Marine 2. This time, we're going to be testing out the new heroic weapon. Specifically, in this one, we're going to be using the new heroic power sword known as Salamanders. Right, the Salamanders Powersword. Is a fencing variant, something that is more for dueling. If you prefer the duelist playstyle, this is definitely the weapon of choice. It is different from what it was on the PTR, because, at least from what I understand from the patch notes, this weapon still has the same effect, whereby when you do a perfect parry, right, you deal more damage with the next light attack in speed style. However, before you only gained one stack per perfect parry, up to six. Now you gain three stacks. I say again, not one but three. So in other words, to get full stacks, you just need to simply perfect parry twice, which is not that hard to do in all things being considered. So, using that allows us to deal a lot of damage consistently while in the middle of fighting. So, eventually I did settle on a build. It's not much different from the usual build that we do, right? Special specking into melee damage. We do take tranquility. Why? Because when you're doing power worlds, which is a huge amount of AoE cleave, you really don't want to be interrupted by enemy attacks. And like I always say, right, the crucial thing that you need to have for endgame difficulty, right? You need a way to restore equipment, a way to restore armor, and a way to resist knockback. Well, this is one of those ways, right, to resist knockback. On top of which, we'll be playing with the Bulwark class, which in and of itself is the most tanky out of all the classes in general, right? From our last build, usually we would take power style restoration, but for this one, we'll be using speed style. It really won't change the way that we play, being perfectly honest. But as an alternative, you can take fencing blade if you want. Alternatively, you can take kill streak. That's fine. There's like any one of these avenues you can choose, and they'll all be perfectly viable. However, I don't recommend taking Minoris Slayer. The reason why is because Minoris enemies are so quick to kill and so easy to take out anyway that taking Minoris Slayer is actually, in my personal opinion, just a waste of a perk point. So you might as well spec it into something else far more useful according to your preferred playstyle. As for our other weapon that we're going to be using, as always, we're going to be using the Rate of Fire variant of the plasma pistol. As an alternative, the Relic variant, Battle Worn, is perfectly fine. It does a lot more damage. However, the Rate of Fire version, right, allows us to restore contested health more consistently in combat. And for that to work, we make sure we specialize into charge shots. Everything from increasing the radius to reducing the amount of energy that is required and increasing our energy reserve. As for the bulwark itself, the build will be taking first and foremost intimidating aura, right, which allows us to do AoE damage when we do a perfectly timed parry. It is quite a lot. Be careful though, as this can inadvertently kill an enemy that you are trying to use for an execute. Just be aware of that. But other than that, it does a lot of damage on a 5-second cooldown. Very, very good. Armor of Contempt. When you block ranged attacks, enemies within 10 meters take the damage instead. This is a really, really good, consistent way to thin out the herd when there's lots of ranged enemies. And as of about, I would say, 2 patches ago, there have been a lot more ranged enemies prevalent in the game than I think there's ever been at any point in time in the game's history, aside from when maybe they launched lethal difficulty for the first time. But in any case, using this means that when there are lots of enemies that are constantly shooting at you, this allows you to slowly encroach upon them. And while you're at it, you're clearing out chaff enemies along the way. As an alternative, scramble targeting is a perfectly fine choice. I would recommend this more so for siege mode, since you're more likely to be surrounded by enemies in siege mode than in operations. Shock and Awe, you take that with a different build when you're going for a more aggressive thunder-based build. So for this particular one, I don't recommend it. So either Armor of Contempt or Scramble Targeting. For the next one, Steel Within is a perfectly fine choice. As long as you have alternative ways to regain armor, like using Focus Restoration as your team perk, for example, right? Then you can take Steel Within. Otherwise, since we are not going to be running Focus Restoration, we need to find a way to gain armor back. And so for this build, we're going to be using Armor Reinforcement. Basically, what that means is whenever you do a gun strike, it will restore armor, even if that gun strike does not kill the enemy. Normally speaking, if you need to get armor back quickly, you can just charge into Minoris, knock them to the ground, do a gun strike and get armor back, or you can parry them, that gives you armor back as well. However, when you're fighting tougher enemies like Extremis or Terminus level enemies, that won't give you armor back. So for that reason, we take armor reinforcement from non-finishing gun strikes, right? This allows us to stay in the fight longer, and the reason why this is important is because of the way that armor works. As long as you have even a sliver of armor remaining, like for example, let's say out of these 3 bars that you'd normally have, right? If you get knocked down from this all the way down to here, all the way down, just like this much armor left, just a small bit, as long as you have even a small amount, then any melee-based attack, no matter how strong, will still only deplete your armor. Your health is completely untouched. I hope that visualization makes sense. For that reason, we need to have a way to restore armor, and that's why we take Armor Reinforcement. Since we have Armor Reinforcement to restore armor, that means that we don't need to take Focus Restoration to get armor segments back. And for that reason, we can take Advanced Conditioning, right? Which allows contested health to stay longer, right? Which increases your chance to get it back in the middle of combat, right? Effective Formation, again, I don't particularly recommend it. It's not bad per se, but this is more for like if you're doing siege mode than operations in general. And even then, if you're going to be using this for siege mode, you're better off just taking Focus Restoration. Anyway, now moving on to the banner-based perks. First, we're going to take is Purity of Purpose, so that the banner does damage over time. Next, we're going to be taking Invigorating Icon, which allows us to put a full amount of contested health to anyone within the banner's radius, even though it recharges slower. And last but not least, Rejuvenating Effect. This is purely a quality of life perk. So basically, if an enemy has incapacitated your allies, then instead of having to kneel on the ground to res them back up, you can simply plant the banner on them. Why do we take this? It's for 2 reasons. One is it prevents us from, or it basically means that we don't have to put ourselves at risk by kneeling down and trying to res someone while taking full attacks from the enemy. We just simply plant our banner. Number 2, it means that armor immediately starts getting restored. So, like I said, armor will protect you from melee hits, cleaving your HP. And in addition to that, since we are taking Invigorating Icon, the moment we activate this on our allies will get up with a full amount of contested health. And that contested health fades more slowly. So it all synergizes well. And to finish off, we have the signature perk Defensive Mastery, whereby every time you do a perfect parry or block on a Majoris or Extremis enemy, you will set them up for an execution on a 90-second cooldown. This thing is perfectly passive. It's not something that you deliberately want to activate at a certain time. No, it activates when it happens, but the fact that an Extremis enemy, like for example a Lictor, can pop out of stealth, come to attack you, and you immediately just put them into execute mode, that actually has so much value that it completely outweighs the 90-second cooldown. It is fully worth it. And for that reason, we take it. As an alternative, emergency countermeasures is one you can use for if you're taking a lightning-based build. And Armored Advance is something, honestly speaking, I don't recommend. Now, it is completely passive in that as long as you have armor remaining, you will resist knockback. But like I said, there are other ways that we can, find ways to resist knockback. Like for example, the sword that we're using, right? We're doing power worlds, and power worlds give us resistance. Therefore, we don't need it from Armored Advance. As for our prestige perks, we're going to be taking auxiliary reload. Every time you kill an extremist level enemy or higher with an execute, you restore your pistol's ammo by 1 full magazine. Then we take resilience for more stims, overcharge for extra charge and attack held damage, and we take masterful defense for ability charge every time we block ranged attacks. And that is the build that we're going to be using. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, be safe, be well, for the Emperor. Raptors cosmetic pack. Ooh. Interesting. New Salamander champion. Full body armor skin for the heavy, finally a heavy class, and the multi-melter skin honoring the warriors of Nocturne. Damn, now that looks pretty damn sick.
And that's for me to go to bed, so 99.
Nighty-night.
Wait a minute.
Bye, 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 bye. Decap, alright.
Yeah, the storm's made everything just a bit cold.
I am here to test out the new weapons in Space Marine 2. New patch 3 just came out like an hour and a half ago.
Okay. Cool.
And one of the new weapons is a Salamanders Powersword, supposedly.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to set the skin. I should have set the skin properly. Just put the wrong skin on.
I mean, you don't really need anything other than heavy boots and flames.
Well, the salamander skin, like the flame is like, sorry, the sword is, it's like got a, like a burnt effect on it.
Of course.
But unfortunately mine is set to the xenophage weapon. Yeah.
That sounds.
No, it's not, I swear, it is not heretical. According to the law, this weapon...
No, it's fine. If you can slay anyone telling you that that's heretical, you get to keep it, right? It's the Logan Grimnar rules.
Sure, yeah.
Supposedly
it was claimed by the Inquisition, supposedly. And the Inquisition have it was claimed from Necron technology, and the supposedly the Inquisition have repurposed it for more proper purposes, you know. More
like I said, if you can beat the dude to death, calling you a heretic, then you're probably fine.
Indeed.
Yeah. So like Logan Grimnar, head of the Space Wolves, has a power axe that he pulled off of a dead Cornate Berserker.
Huh. Fair enough.
And it talks to him. And he keeps telling it to shut the fuck up.
Yes. Yes, I actually do know of that story.
And he's just sort of like, you will shut the fuck up. Axes don't talk. And yeah, that's about it.
Even though it definitely does talk.
Oh yeah. Just not around here. Not anymore. Because again, axes don't talk. If you're Logan Grimnar, you can probably manage to do that. Dude beheaded a Grey Knight.
That silenced the Tyranids' final chittering.
There's way more to the story than that. Honestly, way more that makes him sound like a super space marine. But yeah. But yeah, Green Knight. The guys that, you know, like people who start out, like, recently sort of start, you know, with the 40k hobby are like, oh yeah, they could probably take on a Custodes. No, I can't. But they're well set up to do it.
This soil shall bear the corpse of a hive tyrant. The Munitorum does not store explosives to Codex Astartes standards. It's enough to demolish the bridge.
We crush the ravenous brood beneath our feet. I still have explosives to place, brothers. Charge is wired.
Bless this desolator. Detonator primed.
Proceed to checkpoint. Stop that target from rallying fresh warriors. Tyranids hit hard. Astartes hit harder. This support is ready for demolition.
We need only await the creature now. The hive tyrant will
So,
reach your
watching,
position shortly. Join the Imperial
I'm a bit
Guard
into it.
defenses along the bridge and lure that Xenos
Team
Colossus
4-star.
into the kill zone.
Sort of react or watch Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball GT. Yeah, Vegeta certainly had a look in that. The hair's awful, but he should have kept the mustache. Or the mustache. Because it's just cool. We could have had Freddie Mercury, like superpowered Freddie Mercury before Thrag from Invincible.
Skitter to the grave, Xenos. Load up. Send your eye for the world. See your weapon malfunction. Our banner awaits unturned. You failed at ultra. Be ready. Return this to the resilient. Auspex deep scan ready.
Astartes! We will not not expecting such illustrious company in the rear. We've got a handle on these probing strikes, my lords. It's the relay that's getting hammered right now. The beast that commands the swarm will arrive here soon.
That's news. Without armor support to tackle a target that big, we may have to bring down the supply bridge.
It is already done, Guardsman.
Is this a withdrawal order?
Negative. The objective is the Hive Tyrant, not the bridge. Defend this position until the Tyranid command unit is executed.
Understood, my lord. May the Emperor guide our lasguns to your support.
Incoming!
Ready up, 8th! Show the Emperor's angels what we are made of! Swarms on the bridge!
Xenos scum are pushing from the bridge.
Reloading!
Any fire! Don't overheat!
Put a pile up below! Don't let them climb!
Knock the Hive Tyrant is on its way, but it is a horde of Xenos between you and it. Swap to close quarters war gear. Guards over the wall! They're over the walls. Let us punish them for it. Don't let up. They're still coming. You have its attention. It is moving to intercept. Apply more pressure. Guards over the wall! If they move as one, so shall we!
That ready to deploy. Ammunition here. Disgusting tyrannids. I saw Saul on blazing wings. Aliens buzzing around.
Come and get me!
Keep your eyes peeled. The Xenos leader beast will be in visual range shortly.
Remain stalwart, brothers.
I've never seen such an atrocity.
Hold. Give the Hive beast a moment. Detonate the charges now.
Bayonets!
Die, beast!
Fall back, Selassie.
I will hold them. We got the Hive Tyrant. It is not dead. Enlighten us, Lord Titus. The swarm would go feral without their connection to the hive mind, but their focus is still on the relay. Reports confirm the lieutenant's assessment. Enemy cohesion is still in full effect. That beast is not yet dead.
Sounds like we have a hunt, brothers.
We can. I would leave it to a lingering death under there were it not still directing the swarm.
Relic over here. Releasing frag grenade. magazine. Supply drop. Ammunition cache.
Let us terrorize it in our pursuit. Pursue and eliminate. We will not have a better opportunity to finish it off.
That is heretical behavior. Bask in the Emperor's glory. Shoot them, not me! This galaxy is not yours to devour. Prepare to strike into them. Wings of fire.
That is one dead hive behemoth.
Jump pack refuel.
For the Emperor!
For the Emperor!
Caution. It may still attempt to ambush us.
Tell us a report. The vile Xenos slinks through the shadows. It will not escape judgment. Talassa, you cut out.
Nothing but static now. Is this the dead zone?
Our duty remains unchanged. Forward!
Magazine exhaust. It is going up that wall. Let us try to head it off. Auspex deep scan ready. Resupply.
Where shall I plant this flag?
No telling what surprise will wait.
The moment of
Encircle and eliminate!
The creature is undergoing some kind of transformation. I feel probing at minds.
Steal your thoughts!
Emperor!
They become one. Cruiser Wrath of Espandor. The value of the Wrath of Espandor is twofold. Its cyclonic arsenal and its proximity to several Tyranid war vessels. Combat Squad Phaedrus is already on board and is the tip of the spear. Additional squads are inbound to secure objectives. Make your way to the Ordnance Depot and take control of the plasma cores. A poetic fate considering the vessel's namesake. Talassa, this is Combat Squad Phaedrus. Breach via any existent openings you've progressed towards the
Acknowledge,
Ordnance Depot.
We are at
We will
ease.
rendezvous with you and Combat Squad Heraton there. Remain vigilant. The Xenos infestation goes deep in this ship.
Keep moving. The Ordnance Depot is deep within the belly of a Dauntless-class cruiser. Seems quiet so far, but that will change. The Tyranids certainly have been busy devouring this vessel.
Multiple contacts swarming our locus. What is your status, Talassa? Executing our righteous duties, Phaedrus. Good. We have drawn their focus. Keep...
Phaedrus, repeat.
Talassa. Combat Squad Heraton reporting. We lost Fox contact with Combat Squad Phaedrus. Do you know their status?
We have no word from Phaedrus.
We must consider our brothers lost then. Our objective is to secure the cyclonic warheads at all costs. Encountering heavy Tyranid resistance.
Warning appreciated, Phaeton. Stand firm and fight hard.
The vessel bemoans its parasitic invaders.
Target area. It shall be done. The ship will hold until we evacuate.
The swarm is led by primes.
That silenced the Tyranid's final kitten. Bask in the Emperor's glory. Watch your footing! Our boats shall bellow the Zoanthrope's death rattle.
Those cannons are the Imperium's wrath made manifest. To serve here carries the highest privilege. To deliver the Emperor's violent retribution.
For the Emperor! Your stalwart resolve is a bastion in these dark times.
There is no pain I could face that would match the disappointment of my battle brothers.
You strike to the heart of it. I can imagine none either.
Combat Squad Heraton reporting in. The bridge is lost, as are my squad brothers. I am cut off from our planned route to the Ordnance Depot. Calculating a new route based on your report, Heraton. Standing by. Be advised. The cruiser's crew managed to execute security protocols before they were overrun by the Xenos brood.
All specs prime. Equipment low. For the Emperor! For the Emperor!
Follow me through. Located extra stims.
Talassa, commune with the main console in front of you to bypass the security protocols.
Yo hoy.
Yo.
What's Kelplayz? Yep, Space Marines. Yep. Yep. Could have made a bet.
Look at the new sword, man. This is cool.
Platform is in transit. Arrival pending.
Rally at the
Oh, that's a skid, man.
proceed to the objective.
Attention boarding pilots. We have confirmation that Combat Squad Phaedrus is lost. I need a mission status update from all remaining combat squads.
So who can use it?
Squad Heraton here.
Bulwark,
Redirecting along
the
advised path.
jetpack.
Bulwark Assault and Tech Marine.
Cyclonic armament secured
Sweet.
for now.
So at least technically I could use it. I'm not very good at parrying, but technically I could use it.
It's a fencing variant.
Mm. But it does also say on the weapon has a reduced parry window.
Well, on the back end. It still parries on the first frame on the front end. It's the same as a combat knife. What is it? You know that one that immediately staggers the enemy? What do you call Argent Edge or whatever? The heroic fencing? Same thing. has the same window. So yes, it is reduced, but it's reduced on the back end.
Full specs, ready to
So
scan.
it just doesn't have a perfect parry window as long as a usual fencing weapon.
Blast shields retracting.
But if you do it from the first frame, it's still perfectly spot on. Oh, I can see enemies there.
The entire cooling
Where are you going?
Concentrate fire on the supposed cooling rods.
Why are you running?
Target the vulnerable cooling rods.
Oh, I can see some.
Revolting.
I saw some blue rods down there. Don't look at me! Don't look at me! Don't look at me!
Going on, Dave?
Don't notice me!
Finishing up this Fallout 4 cut off. Was watching Team 4-star review sort of commentary over Dragon Ball GT.
The same process at the secondary.
Vegeta should have kept the moustache.
The moustache. Yeah.
Yeah, but the rest of it can go. Like, well, actually, that is a really ugly show. I think it's the design. Oh, Roshi wearing speed dealer sunglasses.
Oh, hello.
That can stay as well.
Yep. Yeah, I
That's
can,
pretty
I
fun.
can get on board with that.
Good night.
The moustache.
The Lictor fumbles its tactical advantage. Load up.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
Grenade released. Rally at coordinates.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
What the?
All rods are now inoperational.
Temperatures at critical level. Plasma reactors shutting down to prevent catastrophic detonation. Talassa, do not let the reactors cool down. This cruiser will soon perform its final task. Proceed to the decks below and force the plasma reactors to overheat.
Updating our route to the plasma reactor.
Senior weapon malfunction.
Swapping magazine. I shall solve.
Talassa, have you received word from our brother in Combat Squad Heraton? His approach vector should have taken him through the technical underbelly.
Negative. But judging by the damage, he may have taken this route.
Understood. Be advised, we remain under heavy Tyranid assault.
Once they feel the heat from the plasma reactors, we believe they will abandon your position.
This is ill-advised, Talassa. If you do not rig the reactor to detonate, the cyclonic warheads will be wasted. Combat Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids away from your position instead. Octavio, unleash the Emperor's wrath on these brood-born vermin.
Our glorious battle strengthens our line.
Talassa, we have lost
you
contact with
around,
Heraton leader, and Octavio
Should
is
go
pinned
cook some
down.
chicken
You must
nuggets.
destabilize the plasma reactor.
something.
Brothers from Phaedrus
That's
and
fair.
Heraton shall not.
I got about a third of the way through that pack yesterday.
We have reached the plasma reactor
Nice.
units.
About right for making like 2 kind of large sandwiches. That's pretty good.
Weapon schematics obtained.
These servitors performed their programmed duties until they were cut down. Attention. Authorized personnel only beyond this point. Provide sufficient ocular scan authorization in order to
Yeah,
proceed.
I'm gonna head. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hey, buddy. You go.
Principal servitors have entry authorization.
What a freaking new
Each body in the eyes until we
Thunderhammer, quote unquote Thunderhammer, even though it's actually an axe. That thing is a huge bloody radius.
Anyone find the Clade Principal? Yes. This servitor's eyeballs grant us access.
Our banner awaits unfurling. Waste nothing, fill up on stims. Fresh magazine in.
Ocular biometrics confirmed. Maintenance Clade Delta Mu 2839. Access granted.
Hurry to the objective. Battle, brother. For the Emperor! See your weapon malfunction.
Spec suggests major organisms ahead. They hide from the stark light of judgment.
Be ready. Spec deep scan located extra
Gathering
stims.
supplies. Take notes, brother.
Zoe, watch for psychic onslaught.
The hive mind reels from the surge munitions. Dispensing stims.
Banner, ready to deploy. Shoot them, not me!
reactor must be destroyed. Honor our brothers. Honor our chapter. Keep your eyes up.
These arcs are like shock grenades.
That is heretical behavior. We honor our channel to others. Skitter to the grave, Signor.
Here it comes, brothers.
Changing magazine. Prepare for contact.
Assume your weapon are hot.
Oh, GG.
We killed one prime, and its companion's fury magnifies. Perhaps one prime is twice as vicious as two. They sully this ship no more. Now, engage the console to cripple the reactor. And Talassa, when those magnetic stabilizers stop, prepare for rapid egress.
Be advised, the gyroscopic containment shielding prevents catastrophic plasma dispersal. Plasma cores are now exposed. Caution advised.
Reactor critical, Talassa. Disengage.
We are losing time.
Talassa, we're tracking your signatures. Octavio and Heraton Leader are already on board. Our brothers prevailed.
Oh, down the big hero.
Core integrity at 50% functionality.
We are almost there.
Hurry! The cruiser has begun breaking apart. We will wait as long as we can.
Plasma cascade in reactor cooling chamber. Multiple hull breaches detected.